Thankfully, I know my way around this place relatively quickly, so progress should go smoothly. You know, assuming I don't fall to my death like that. I hate that you can't, like, lock onto the parts that you can actually hit. But whatever, it's over. The evil's defeated. Now, is it going to glitch? Okay, it's not. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of my Elden Ring Let's Play. Today, we're going to do some side questing, and we're going to finish off the last couple parts of Faram Azula's exploration. Last episode, I was able to get to the Site of Grace below that bridge, but today we're going to double back. Okay, you've lost your living privileges, buddy. Alright, now that he's been dealt with, let's go get his friend. And get some of my life back. Hey, asshat. Thank you for your generous contribution to my survival fund. Now, unlike last time we came through this area, I am, in fact, going to deal with the dogs because I don't want them following me. I would have been really upset if that didn't want to shot him. His projectile doesn't even reach this here. That's funny. That is actually very funny. Alright. One dog down. Another one bites the dust. A volunteer, I see. You know, I didn't expect them to be deflected quite like that. That's kind of funny. So something I think would be very cool in this game, even though because of how it's structured it also wouldn't be very effective, is in Dark Souls 3 there is a pyromancer flame that would give you your Estus back after you killed a certain number of enemies, which I always thought was kind of cool. You know, which is evident by the fact that I'm bringing it up now. And given the open world nature of this game, I find it interesting that there isn't a comparable item. Although, I guess, technically that item was in the DLC, so maybe they'll add something like that when Shadow of the Erd Tree finally drops. Who knows? Alright. Blame your friend. I'm sorry, but if I have the opportunity, I have to do that. Although it looks like he didn't die, which sucks. But you know, what can you do? I think... yeah, he should be the only enemy in this room. That is not why we're here. We're here to do this. So this isn't so much a shortcut as it is a backtrack mechanic. But also it takes us through an optional section. And now we have a neat little respawn point. What are my guys doing? I don't need you. Oh, I forgot to summon. I forgot to upgrade the boys when I did. You know what? Let's do that now, because I am going to go through a section of the game, of a section that has a lot of enemies that I need to deal with. And while the barricade shield strat is very effective against most enemies, I don't think it's that entertaining to watch. I do think it is fun to play, if that makes sense, because I feel like there are a lot of things. There are definitely a lot of strategies and ways of playing games that are fun to play but not fun to watch. And the reason I think Barricade Shield is a fun strategy, even though it's very straightforward, is because it has all of the very fun sound effects attached to it. You know, the weapons bouncing off your shield, the satisfying clang of a guard block, the guard counter, all that stuff. I think that while it is certainly not the most, entertaining thing to watch, it is very satisfying to play, most certainly. Just because of all of the individual mechanics coming together.
I see.
Alright. Is that enough? That is not enough. Since I'm here, I might as well upgrade Tish and all that. Now, a point of contention for me personally, since we're just going through upgrades here, is I'm not sure what I'm going to do after I finish Elden Ring, if that makes sense. Because there are definitely a lot of games to play, I want to play, but I don't know how many of those, translate to a good Let's Play. At least a good solo Let's Play. Like Chugga Conroy, as a good example, because he plays a lot of story-based games, and those are the ones I kind of want to play. But unfortunately, I'm not saying I'm not entertaining. I think I am kind of entertaining, as evidenced by the fact that there are plenty of people who watch me every time I upload an episode of Elden Ring. Well, that was certainly an interesting interaction. Alright, my fault, 100%. I forgot to equip the boys after upgrading them. That's... Man, I'm just not paying good attention. Oh wow, I just do not have enough to use Tish. Alright. Well, whatever. Actually, I should cut down on... I think I should only have the Dung Eater or the Mimic equipped, just to make it easier to scroll through here. Alright, let's try this again, smarter. I'm not going to make the same mistake. I'm just going to run through. And get to this section. Which lets me summon the boys. And die in the process. Man, this episode's gonna be long if for no other reason than I suck. Alright. Well, I got the item, so let's just go through. Speed boost. Excuse me. Oh yeah, this really is one of the classic areas where I just ran past everything. I'm remembering now. Yeah. Yeah, I just ran past everything, came over here, grabbed the items, and got the heck out. I don't even need a golden seed. So something I think is kind of cool is that normally when you'd come up here, there'd be a big dragon like the ones we've been fighting the entire time. But as you can see, we have our good friend Alexander here, which means that he killed that thing, which is very impressive for someone of his stature.
Ah, city hanging in the air. That aside, I doubt there's a single soul who could, of course. I count my... Which means, but would you kindly come and tell me when I've been longing...
And now...
You are ready then let us begin.
We fight to the death.
I am the great Jar Warrior.
Ah, you know what? My fault, totally.
Lend me strength, O warriors within. Let us become one champion together.
Sure you can! I wish that was an Art of War. That's one of my favorite moves in the game, and it's NPC only. Alright.
As I suspected, victory was impossible. This vessel was found lacking. My thanks. I knew you were the stuff of champions. It was a marvelous battle. I implore you, take what I bequeath from inside me. All vessels are destined to one day break. But the great Alexander lived as a warrior to his last.
And the second of those items is for another subquest that I haven't been doing because I did things out of order. It's totally my fault. Anyway, back to the Great Bridge. So, there are two bosses in this area, other than the Godskin duo, which I've already defeated. One is the obvious one at the top of the Great Bridge here, and the other is one of my favorite boss fights in the game, which I will get to later. Because right now, I think I'm just going to set up for the next session. Because here's the thing, right? Once I beat the boss that's behind that fog wall at the top, I can't really... It becomes very difficult to go back and to do things in certain sections of the game. So I'm going to save that for after Millennia, which means next episode is going to be spent getting to Millennia. Oh, sick. A curved sword. Alright. You know what? That's on me. Now this section is interesting because on top of all these dead guys out here, there's also a NPC invader that will spawn when I get close to that mausoleum. I want to get close to that because I get an item that makes the boss at the top of the hill slightly easier. Which I know is a weird thing to hear from me, considering how little I seem to care about difficulty in general. Thanks for the setup, buddy. Really appreciate it. Alright. He's just getting me with all those jumps. And I don't feel like coming back here, so I am just going to keep on trucking and go through this next room to get this chest. Which unfortunately means dealing with this ambush. I like how they just bounce off. Like I said, I like the way, even if it's considered cheesy, I really like the way the barricade shield strat works on a mechanical level. Oh, alright. This is your fault, buddy. Just got cock-blocked by a bush. And now, for the last triumph of this episode, yeah, because even if this is ending up going to be a little short, I am going to just beat Mr. Big Man up here and call it good. Because he is the last real challenge in Farum Azula, aside from the bosses, which I think, at the very least, deserve their own episodes. I know I'm gonna get hit here, but applying rot makes it worth it. That's my fault. case you're wondering why I'm being so passive here, I'm literally just waiting for his lightning to run out. There we go. As you can see, there's a very good reason I wanted to beat this guy before fighting Malakath. He just drains your flasks, you know? What was he aiming at there? Alright. There we go. Last major obstacle before the end of this section. And with that, though it may have been short, I think I'll call that an episode. And next time, we'll see about getting to Melania. Which is, you know, gonna be its own thing. Because there's like 4 more bosses in that direction. So, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Bye.